Welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Dan. I'm gonna play Deluxeicoff's Stompy deck against something. This is my 81st game with Stompy. I'm 50-31, which is decent. In the meantime, while we're waiting for an opponent, let's have a look at the deck. Yes, there is a Stompy walkthrough coming. We played 17 land. We love our 17 land. I would never ever play 16 land. Just do the math and see how many one land hands without Queer Ranger you get. It's a lot. There are some unusual sideboard choices here. You will get an explanation for them in the walkthrough. The walkthrough might even be there when you listen to this, if I'm recording this on the 2nd of March 2013, and if it's much later than that, the walkthrough is on this channel. Look for Pauper Walkthroughs episode 5, Stompy. Well, the plan here, just to play a lot of green dudes. And it's a lot more complicated than it looks. I think this is the hardest Pauper deck to play properly. I stand by that. And here we go. We are playing Aerial Snyder. And here's one of our famous one land hands, and we're forced to keep it, as we will mulligan way too often if we don't keep certain one land hands. And this has a lot of good things going for it. It's the Sentinel, Pit Skulk hand, Flayer Husk. The only deck I've seen playing Flayer Husk is Infect, and that's interesting. I will just play Nettle Sentinel and be done, and I'm happy I'm not playing some matchup I already played. So the creature is 1/1. He is now has life staff. I'm gonna block him with Young Wolf. So I don't think he's correct to try to raise me here. It's probably an enormous mistake, actually. And I will just charge in, get the Pit Skulk online. Yes, I want to use the ability because it's an awesome ability, and here is the blocker. Okay, always yes, always yield. There might be situations in Stompy versus Stompers where I don't want to untap him, but they are academic at best. Flayer Husk 2/1. Another life staff. And this might look really good, but the amount of damage I can do per turn is huge. So I'm not very afraid of the double. Not at all, actually. So I'll give him his 6 life. And then hit him for 6. That feels fair. He doesn't have a play. So we'll attack, and then we'll just play Sentinel. Oh, maybe we should get Shinnon online here. I think so. Because maybe he won't have time to equip all the stuff. Of course he won't have time to equip all the stuff on anything he plays, but he just gave up when he saw that card. And that makes me think he's a quitter. Which is bad. And like Enrique just said on the YouTube channel, why are people quitting in the tournament practice room? What kind of tournament player will you be if you can't play when you're losing? My sideboard plan is not the best. It's not worked through. he can bring in... He could easily bring in standard bears. So I have to prepare myself for standard bears. But I've taken out everything I have against standard bears. So I don't think there is a sideboarding to make. I brought in my old sideboard plan, I brought in Hornet Stings and Longbows and Gleeful Sabotages, but they're just too reactive. And Deluxeicoff doesn't like being reactive. He wants to be the problem. We are trying to learn from him. So if you want to check out the interviews with Deluxeicoff, I already published 2 of them, and it talks a lot about the importance of being aggressive and being the problem. And he also explains why Gleeful Sabotage is a noob card that you should not play. Yes, that's not his words, that's my words. But it is a crap card. Looks good and isn't good. Because as Stompy, you always want to be the problem. So what will Flayer Husk attempt now? We are playing against some sort of White Weenie deck with equipment. I don't know. I'm not sure what he's playing, but at least maybe now he's learned not to attack us. Yes, he has. So then we're gonna have to run him over with the Groundswell and play the Queen Ranger. All is yes, all is in. Yeah, he's getting the life, but he's also getting so much pain. Is there something else than Flayer Husks? It looks like he's trying to do something artifacty, but Trinket Mage would be nice in his deck, but he's white. I know there are some commons that like being white. Okay. Think it's time to just attack. And I'm gonna Winds of Westwood. Anything that blocks. Hopefully he'll block with the Sunstriker, because I really want to get rid of the Sunstriker. So he doesn't block anything, which changes very little. Yeah, it actually does. I still have to block with the Nettle Sentinel and cast Winds of Westwood, so that's what I'll do. He's equipping. He is attacking. An attacker is declared, at which point we untap. Return a forest to control. Should have tapped that for mana. Let's block before he taps us, and he didn't. He didn't tap us. That's good. Because then we can just cast Winds of Westwood and all is good. Because Stompy always wins the creature fights. He now has 27 lives, but he's not Soul Sisters, and we don't need to worry about him going a lot higher. And now that Gold Meadow Harry, that thing will be a factor. Well, we're not attacking with the Queen Ranger here. But we are playing the Ledge Walker, or are we? Yes, if he equips that, and that we are gonna let the Sentinel die. Probably. So he will life gain, he will get 3 points from an attack by the... A Flayer Husk isn't that bad. Yes, he's equipping it. He's a 2-2, he's a 3-2. And I do think it's worth giving up on the Sentinel here. Or am I wrong? Next turn I can do it and just live. Yeah, I think I am wrong. I'm gonna take it. And focus on getting more creatures on the board. There is another Flayer Husk. And he's now putting significant pressure on us. So let's start putting some pressure on him. And we need to kill that. Wait a minute. We don't need to kill him yet. I was thinking life gain, but that's wrong. It's just a 3-2 with life staff. And no, I'm not gonna kill it. Not yet. We have a pretty awesome clock now with 4 points a turn, and his clock is also 4 points a turn. Next turn we're gonna do something about it, but not this turn. He should switch the life stuff back. What's that? Oh, that's nasty. Okay, we are now focusing on defense here. And just smacking him down with the stuff we have. Drawing another land now would be bad. But it's an awesome card instead. So he's on a 4-turn clock, and with Howl Pack it's gonna be much faster. No, not gonna be much faster. It's gonna be still a 3-turn clock. Yes. So I'm not sure about Wines of Westwood here. I'm gonna let Queen Range live. So let's see who's coming over. Is it just you? Okay, provoke. That's probably nasty. Provoke means he has to block. Okay, so he has to block. He has to block him. And Queen Ranger can block him. Then I take 5. Well, getting the tapper out of the way, I think it looks good. How much damage is this? 4 plus 4 plus 7. It's not enough. But I could attack with the Nettle Sentinel and win. Do I save the Queen Ranger here, or do I just attack twice and win? How much damage am I taking? 5. And next turn he can do 7. That's not enough at all. So I think I'm letting Queen Ranger go here. He did have another. He had a Squadron Hawk. That doesn't do a lot. But it does something. That's a lot of Squadron. But it still doesn't have lethal on the board. It's just 7. So I now need to kill him in 2 turns. And the way to do this is, if I attack with this, he will take 8, 12, and then I just attack and win. He plays 2 Squadron Hawks. If it blocks the Sentinel, it might not work. But I'm gonna try this. That's 8 damage. Do I do it this turn or do I do it the next turn? I think I do it the next turn. I need to get past 8 points of damage. If he has 2 blockers, now that's the only thing. That's what he can have. Yeah, it's gonna work. And now I might need to block some, or not. Actually, what happens to Queen Ranger isn't relevant at all. Though I should untap this guy. I'm blocking him. I'm blocking him. Well, that's it. I go down to 5. And I have the kill. He has been playing very aggressively here, and I think that was wrong of him, because Stompy is very good at doing a lot of damage. Now he has to block the Sentinel. That's his only way of surviving. And he realizes this, but of course it's to no avail. As Silhana Ledgewalker grows for the win. And thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat. I have been playing Deluxeicoff Stompy against Ariel Snyder, who was playing Flayer, Husk, White Weenie. I beat him 2-0 and I am now 51-31 in practice with Stompy. Thank you for watching.